Hey guys, this is the video of Mark DeAndre. Shout out to him. He has a podcast, and I am looking at one of his old videos from last year in 2024 in February 19th, 2024. I went back to this old video because I wanted y'all to see how Shannon got caught up in a lie. Now, Naziah went missing January 9th, right? Right. Everybody know that. Now, when Shannon called into the podcast to talk to Mark DeAndre, he asked her hey, that because Jarvis had to turn himself in to jail for another situation, another case, right? Which was he turned himself in February 7th. Naziah went missing January 9th. So in between that time when Jarvis was out, that whole month while Naziah was missing, Mark DeAndre was like, so Shannon, did you talk to Jarvis about Naziah? Did that conversation basically come up, right? That is what he's asking her in the video, which I'm going to play the video for y'all. Please watch it all the way through. He asked her while Jarvis was out, hey, so did you mention Naziah to Jarvis, or did you, talk about her being missing to him? And she's like, no. And that's kind of weird. He's out for that whole month. You're still communicating with him, I'm quite sure. And you not once, while she was missing for that whole month, you not once brought the conversation up about your niece. You didn't say, oh my goodness, I'm worried about my niece. Jarvis, you sure you haven't seen Naziah? So that's kind of weird, because why wouldn't you talk about your niece to him at all within that whole month while he was still out of jail and your niece missing? I say that to say, when you go and look at the preliminary that just happened, a week or 2 weeks ago, when a prosecutor had brought up to Shannon, because she had to go to court and she was on the stand, when a prosecutor came to Shannon and was like, do you recognize these messages or whatever? She was talking about the messages that Shannon had found between Jarvis and Naziah, okay? Remind y'all, those messages that the prosecutor was asking Shannon about between Jarvis and Naziah was January 21st, 2024. Naziah was already missing January the 9th, right? So I guess a couple weeks went by. Shannon had got a hold to some messages, and she confronted Jarvis hey, something ain't right about these messages between you and Naziah. I'm not saying it for verbatim, but y'all basically hey, what's going on with you in these messages with Naziah? I see these messages between you and Naziah or whatever. Jarvis trying to play it off there's no messages between me and Naziah. Those messages came from our kids. And Shannon no, I know how our kids talk to you in messages. That can't be our kids. I'm not saying it for verbatim, y'all, but y'all get what I'm saying. So my thing is, when Mark DeAndre asked you on February 19th, when you called in his podcast, February 19th of 2024, why you said you didn't talk to Jarvis about your niece. That was a lie, because you caught him with those messages that he had with Naziah. That was on January 21st, the month before, when you confronted him about it. So you did bring her up to Jarvis. So she was mentioned in a conversation between you and Jarvis. Okay. So that's how you know she lied. And man, just the podcast with Mark DeAndre just interesting. You know, remind y'all this is from last year when this podcast I'm about to show y'all. This is from last year from when Shannon called into Mark podcast and was talking to him and he was asking her questions or whatever. Um it's just weird, Just you got to look at the podcast and tell me what y'all think. Watch it all the way through. And then at the end, I'm going to show y'all the preliminary court session when they was in court. And after that, at the end, it's some messages between Shannon and her cousin Roxy that Roxy had put out like a few days ago. She put on Facebook. She got put the messages out there that her and Roxy had between her and Roxy. I guess um Roxy was asking Shannon like when Naziah went missing. Hey, have you heard anything? What's going on with Naziah? I'm not saying it for verbatim, but basically like the conversation kind of was like Roxy asking, hey, what's going on with Naziah? So Shannon was basically saying in the messages, text messages like, they haven't heard anything else. She was still missing. And I guess Roxy was asking her some questions like, um, do she have a boyfriend? And do y'all know any other places, I guess, like where she can be? Have y'all heard anything else? So Roxy was saying in the text, like, I guess she heard that she may be with a boy or an older man. Why would you say, like, like, why would you even say that? Unless, I mean, did you really hear that from other people, or you really know deep down in your soul that you know that your niece may be messing around with your baby daddy who is Jarvis? Because in the message she was just like, she may be with a boy or an older man. Like, why would you say that? But y'all to see, just watch the whole video all the way through. It's kind of long, y'all. But this is Shauna with Shauna P Talks. And like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me what y'all think about, this whole little situation. Just talk to me, y'all, in the comments. But this is a hot mess. Um, it's sad, the whole situation. But yeah, guys, and that'll be all. I'm pretty much about to get off of here. And I'll catch y'all later, okay? I'm out.
Let the phone line breathe a little bit for you to call. Or, Shannon, if you want to text the call in number that you see on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, I'll send you a call, right? So we can get straight to you if you want to speak. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people on the call. I got it on do not disturb right now, so people can't get through while the sister is talking. But I would love, and I'm sure a lot of other people will want to hear what you got to say as well. So um, that's that. So is that all you got to say, sis, Roxy?
Yeah, that's all I got to say right now. I'm gonna keep watching, and I might call back.
Right, I know you will.
Mhm.
All right, in a minute.
All right.
Yeah. So turn do not disturb off, and like I said, Shannon, if you want to call in, let me know. Mark Devin is with Shannon now. Who is Devin? I don't know who Devin is, but the phone line is ringing again. Caller, what's happening? Who is this and where you calling from?
This is Shannon from Detroit.
Shannon, what's going on?
Yes,
So,
yes.
so you,
From
I don't know how long you've been tuned in, but I'm sure you heard at least the last two callers, and you know the climate of everything. So, what is it that you got to say about all of this?
well, first off, we have, my entire family have been posting. flyers, not just on the motherfucking internet. We've been going to stores everywhere, posting. And yes, they have been taking it out, and we've been putting it back up. Amen. So, therefore, y'all don't call, y'all don't even do shit. First of all, whatever Jarvis did, that was him, not on me. At all. At all. And yes, that might be my child's father. Yes, I do got 5 kids. Yes, my youngest is 1. Damn sure not desperate. And first of all, rocks, don't ever call me a bitch. Because I'm not one. And secondly, I have been doing my part of looking for my niece. So don't ever discredit me at all. Bitch. Period. All we need to do is know the first question is, where's my niece? Where can we find her? That's what we should be doing. Looking. Like we have. So
Um,
therefore,
yeah, I mean,
anything other than finding my niece is irrelevant. That's all I need to know and need to find is my niece. And yes, the bus stop, the bus stop is right on the corner. She can get off the bus and we can see her from the corner. She's 13 years old. A lot of these kids catch the bus, the school bus, and get dropped off at a pickup stop. I mean, they drop off and pickup stop every day. Her same routine. Her same routine.
okay, now, I know you revved up right now. You know what I'm saying? Your name is, in the centerpiece of a lot of shit right now, right? But like, I got just a couple of questions on the tip of my mind, for you, sister, as far as just, and I know that at the end of the day, in the beginning of the day, we all about, finding the veil. That's the point of everything, right? But just I guess just to get to know you a little bit. I mean, in the whole situation. Now, you said in the beginning, whatever Jarvis did is what you said. Whatever he did, he did. What did you? How did you say that?
I said whatever he did, that was on him. That was those are my correct
Okay,
words.
that was on him. I was just trying to clear that up. But okay, so with that being
Yes.
said, like, so, like, apparently this man has had a history of this. Like, so did you know about him being on the sex offenders list, or any kind of activity about that? Like, had you even heard of anything like that before out of him?
When I met him when I was 19, he did tell me his background. He did tell me his background. Out of doubt.
And
He gave he gave me
the
the
option.
decision
So,
if I wanted to pursue a
so
relationship
given that his
relationship with
background
someone.
was his background was sex offender involving a child, right? And you still made the decision to talk to him.
One, I was 19, and two, if society can give you a second chance, why can't someone else give you a second chance as well?
I can dig it. I can dig it. Now, now somebody told me that he had got married recently. Do you know something about that? He got, I don't know if it was last year or something. He was supposed to bought a chick a ring or got married or something. Because then you said you had a 1 year old by him, or that's your youngest baby is by him, right?
All my children is by
Right.
him.
So didn't he? That was that. Did he get? Or because I'm just getting what I'm told, right? Did he get married recently, or last what? Sometime recently?
Pardon?
I said, did he get married like recently, sometime like within the last couple of years or something, or before the baby was your last baby was born?
Jarvis is not married.
Oh, okay. I was just like I said, I was just Because there's so much mess, like I said, going back and forth. Because like I'm hearing that, like, I don't know, he was with you and cheated on you, got married and had another baby by somebody else, and then got you pregnant again. So I'm just trying to
And
clarify
that's
to
the
see
thing.
exactly what type of person he is, or what type of person we talking about right here. What did you say?
And this is all of this, all these questions is irrelevant besides us trying to find my niece.
Okay. Well, I guess what you just wanted to call in to clear up what Roxy was talking about.
No, if you have any questions for me,
I mean, I kind of asked you just one, and you said it was irrelevant. So I mean, you know, but I don't want to. And like I said, I know this is a whole emotional thing. I mean, it's emotional for all of us, and I don't want you to feel like I'm
yes,
attacking you by no means.
no,
But
no,
I'm
I don't.
questioning everybody like I have the questions that I've had listening to the story.
You're right, but at the end of the day, the questions that you're asking is irrelevant to finding my niece.
Okay, so
That's
I mean,
all you're
okay, well let me
trying
ask you
to
that.
find my.
Okay, well let me ask you this then. I'll just like I ask everybody else. If you could give a shot in the dark, where do you think she is at right now? What do you think happened? What do you think the situation is?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So I can't answer anything that I don't know because I don't know. I don't have the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I know nobody has the definite answer. I'm just saying, like in your heart, what do you think happened? I mean, because you know her. I mean, I don't know. Did they say you were the last one to see her that day or whatnot? I mean, you know her, so I mean, you know her friends, people that she hang with, what she do on a regular. You said you know her regular routine, so I mean,
Yeah. Her regular routine is you go to school, she stay for after school, and then she come home. That's her daily routine. She go to school, come home, or any extracurriculum activities. Then she stay at school. But other than that, she comes home. That's it.
all right. And I mean, you ain't got no kind of theory. I mean, everybody else that I asked gave some type of conclusion of what they thought may have happened, but you ain't got nothing. Huh?
I don't want to think that way that something happened to my niece because I don't want to put that in my mind. I don't.
I don't mean conclusion as in end. I mean as far as a scenario in which where she's somewhere where y'all can't find her right now. Seeing is that she had, I guess some type of a, she had friends. I'll just say it like that.
All I know is her friends are just saying, and that's I'm just going based off what her friends saying that she ran away. She she told her kids. She told her friends that she was leaving. She was saying goodbye. She was happy, and that's it. And that's it. Like that's it. We asked our friends. We asked people. We asked everyone. Everyone. We don't know. We don't know. And that's what we are trying to figure out. Where she at? Because I don't know. Where she could be inside this neighborhood, and I don't know. And we've been looking every day. Every day. You know, they don't think that this is in the pit of my stomach of not knowing where my niece is. She's 13. I pray to God every day
Now, what you now,
that
so, like, did she ever have a history of running away, leaving the house
she no,
without
she never
nobody
ran
knowing
away.
for a period of time?
No, she never ran away, never went nowhere. Like my mom, yeah, she is strict. My mom's run a tight ship, by 10 by 10. You in school, you do what you supposed to do, you come home. and then you get ready for the next day. Yes, I want
I
my
mean,
niece to.
I can agree with you. On you know wanting her to come home safe. It's just so many loops and turnstiles to this story. I just don't know what to say. But I mean, if it's anything else that you want anybody else to know about this whole situation, you got the floor, Shannon.
And that's the thing. What what the police know and what the news know is what we know, and that's it. We don't know anything. We don't. If the police ask me today to give up my phone, I will willingly.
Now, do you know a sister by the name of Tamara Liberty Smith?
Now, Liberty Smith.
She's the police commissioner in District One, I believe.
No.
You don't know Tamara Liberty? Well, she said that she spoke with you and your mother, and she said that y'all said, okay, well, we're not gonna lie, that she has left before.
No. No. We never talked to anyone besides the police. That's it.
Okay, all right. I'm just reading some of the comments,
Okay.
but all right. Like at the end of the day, like I said, I hope she found safe. I hope we bring her home, and I hope this situation raise enough awareness around the city for people to hold people in their family accountable and give them the consequence of the doubt as opposed to the benefit. We're gonna clear this line up, all right, sister?
All right.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get back to the call in line real quick. So let me see. All right, let me see what this is. What's going on, caller? Who's this? Where you calling from?
Blessed, I ain't gonna keep calling back. I'm sorry. This is Nita from Michigan again. I got
No.
to say, I got to come in again. So listen.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, you said it's not on you what your baby daddy did to your niece. Girl, you knew he was a pedophile. Why is he even around kids? And regardless if they his kids or not, if he's on the registry, that ninja ain't supposed to be around no kids. Period, point blank. That's a violation. Then you don't sound concerned. You sound mad that you're being exposed. Yeah, Nevaeh is missing. And it's really sad that you rather say, excuse my language, dick, rather than find your niece. Tell on your baby daddy. Because in this case, you can get in serious trouble as well in case you didn't know that. Because for one, again, you got kids by him. You say I was 19 and I wanted to give him a chance. Girl, when I tell you my 5-year-old smarter than that, we learned about pedophiles way before 19. You just felt like, oh, this nigga loved me, had kids by him, not knowing he a pedophile. Pedophile now, meaning he have sex with kids, molest kids. So I feel like if he did it to your niece, did he do it to his own fucking kids? Because clearly you're covering up for him. And I ain't, listen, I'm a blunt motherfucker, so I'm going to speak my piece. You sound delusional. You sound mental. You making excuses for this nigga. It's giving desperate. You're trying to save him instead of giving his ass up. You in denial because clearly you're protecting him. Listen to what the fuck you saying. They need to polygraph your ass. Yeah, you talking about something they can take your phone? Nigga, you probably got a new phone. At the end of the day, you're lying. You're being very careful with how you're wording shit. Then you sitting up here saying that what you're asking me is irrelevant. Dummy, these questions that's being asked it could possibly lead to your niece return. Like you're being too careful, and then some of the questions I noticed you're rejecting. Oh, it's irrelevant. My main concern is finding her. Ask your motherfucking baby daddy where the fuck she at. He know. And if she did run away, it's because she's scared and tired of being abused by your baby daddy.
Now I want to say
Like, come
something, right?
on.
So somebody told me, Lil Bird told me, right? Now I don't know how true it is, right? But I just tried to probe her with a little bit of this information just to see how she, what she had to say to it. But someone told
Right.
me that um, he took her tax money, on the whole traditional, I'm about to flip your tax money type of a situation, and went and bought another girl a ring and got her pregnant. And
Mm.
this was prior to her getting pregnant with that last baby. You know what I'm saying? Now I kind of threw the getting married thing in there. You know what I mean? Because the ring was involved. You know what I mean? So he supposedly
Mm-hmm.
bought a ring. Now when I answered the question, y'all heard the response, and
Yeah.
what she said was he's not married.
Sure.
Now that was the part that I threw in there. She didn't say that he didn't buy a ring and that he didn't have another baby.
Right. Man, listen, she say he knew it was a pedophile. Here's my conclusion on that part. The nigga probably is married. She just in fucking denial. It's no way in hell that this man done went off, bought a ring, had another baby, and all this shit, but you still trying to be there for him. Like, clearly you're mentally fucked up. And all you care about is saving your penis. Now, I ain't saying you don't probably, because listen, if you ask me, if I was a detective, because whoever this Bonnie broad is on this chat, she needs to sit. She make me feel like she a part of your clique. But if I had to investigate this case, it make me feel like maybe you did something to your niece, and I'm just hypothetically speaking. Because are you mad because your baby daddy did this to your niece? Because guess what? That means your niece is getting attention, and I hate to say it that way. You gotta look at all aspects and shit from all angles. Could you have been that fucked up to where you did something to your niece? Because if you protecting this nigga, shit, maybe y'all in it together. Either way, Nevada is missing. Then you want to lie and say you didn't talk to Tamara. You say you want to talk to the police. Who the fuck you think she is? She a part of that. You on here lying. How can somebody help y'all or help y'all if you're not being honest? But I guarantee you, because I'm a motherfucker that'll get involved so quick. Oh, yeah, I love shit like this. I live for it. Just to bring that baby home safe. I pray to God she's still safe. I pray to God she's still alive. But they need to put your ass on some polygraphs, like seriously, because you're lying. I hear it in your conversation. And then you were so adamant about, no, he's not married. How the fuck do you know? I think you do know. I just think you don't want the world to know how stupid you are, letting this bum ass nigga who's a registered sex offender come into your life. 19, baby, I was smarter than that. Even still, you had kids by this dumb ass nigga. Then he turn around and molest your niece. And you talking about it's irrelevant about these questions being asked to you, bitch. These are questions that can save your. Listen, every question that's being asked to you, and yeah, motherfuckers need to come hard at you because you sound fucking stupid right now. Every question that's being asked could be the very lead to bringing your fucking niece home to safety. But you are so busy chasing dick. You are so busy wanting this nigga to be saved because you're clearly saving to cover up for him. What he did has nothing. That's on him. No, bitch, it's on you because you allowed this nigga around her. You had him in your house, knowing he was a regular sex offender. Bitch, I wish I knew you because I would have been called in on you. I'm that. I'm about all that. I will have all your. I swear for God, registered sex offenders should not be around children.
Hey,
And the fact that you let this man, baby, listen, you let this man be around them, your ass need to be locked the fuck up too, because I guarantee you, you got something to do with it too. Now get mad. I'm already there. I'm gonna let you take the next call. I'm going to give me something to drink. I'm mad.
for sure, baby.
All right.
All right, all right, all right, all right. So let me. I got a special call that I want to make because I know Tamara Liberty Smith. So I want to make a call right quick. I'm gonna shut the call in line off right quick so we don't get no more callers.
Hello.
Tamara,
Hey,
what's going on?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm sitting here watching your show.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was listening to one of the family members that you were speaking to. And they
That
probably
was
would
that
not
was
know.
that was Shannon.
Okay. And she was the one who I'm assuming did the press conference with us a few days ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe she wouldn't know my name, but however, I did walk them to the car. I don't know these people from a can of paint.
Right.
I don't
All
have
right.
to lie. I have the same dealing with anyone with something like this is going on in the community. A child is missing and has been missing for well over a month. We are extremely concerned as in the community. And my question that I ask to the grandmother, which I would ask to anyone, because oftentimes here in the city, we see females, young girls coming up missing. I
Right.
ask, has she ever done this before? Has she ever left? The answer to me was, I'm not going to lie. She has left before. I have no reason to make anything up. I don't know these people. My job is to help you as a community activist, as an organizer, and as now serving as the police commissioner over my district. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to harm you. I'm not here to carry lies. Once again, I don't know these people. My only purpose is to get this girl home. I had no idea that we were going to have all of these twists and turns, all of these fumbles, all of these change of stories, all of these scenarios. None of this stuff. All I knew is that a girl was missing and that we just got this information a few days ago, but she's been missing since January 9th.
Right.
Now, when I spoke with you earlier, I said I wasn't going to call in.
You
I was just
absolutely
going to sit
did.
back and
You
listen.
absolutely did.
I was only going to listen. And I've been aware, I've been following this. I haven't been able to really sleep at night. I'm extremely concerned. I'm trying to mobilize um, for all of us to get out to be able to look. But we don't even know where to look. This is like a needle in a haystack in a worldwide of I don't know where. I have no idea. Once again, I told you I picked up flyers today. I picked up 300 flyers that Crime Stoppers of Michigan printed for us to pass out in the community, but we need to know what community we're passing them out in.
Right.
So whoever is responsible for this girl being missing, whatever has happened, I mean, the heat has been turned all the way up. Once again, we are very, very concerned in this community, and if we're standing up because this is not to be tolerated. This just you cannot just dispose of children, run them away, or act as if you don't know anything. Friends don't know anything, family don't know anything, and she's disappeared in thin air. It doesn't work like that. Someone knows something, and someone will say something, and we will continue to turn the heat up until we flood you out and you speak up because this cannot go on and we won't tolerate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, immediately when she said that, when I asked her the question, does she have any kind of history of her leaving the house? And then I seen you comment. I'm like, yeah, she's probably going to end up having to call in and or wanting to call in to speak and let everybody know what you heard
Right,
out
and
of
I've been
their
standing
mouths.
standing back. I've been really behind the scenes, just doing what I can because it's not much more than I can do than any of you all. Just we're hearing the things, the streets are talking, we're passing flyers out, we're asking, just being extremely concerned. I stood there with the community in the press conference with DPD, and we all are trying to figure out where this girl is to bring her home. But don't be fictitious and tell us lies. Don't make up things. Don't sit back and watch to try to plot and get your story together, or to
I
hear
even
who's
seen.
saying what
I don't even know. I don't know how long you've been tuned in, but if I'm not
the,
mistaken,
the entire time.
well, if I'm not mistaken, right, while the father was on, did I not see someone make a comment and say your daughter is in the chat right now?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
back
know
through
about
it.
that.
Yeah, I'm not. If I'm, I ain't been. I ain't that. I'm not that inebriated at all. Go back through the chat, and
Hmm.
I wanted to go and find the page, but I was so busy. I know I'll go back if they didn't delete it, but yeah, it's like you say, a lot of twists and turns to this whole situation, man. And I really hope that we come to um, a positive to resolve to this. But it seems as if it's going to be hard to do when we have so many twists and turns, and not only the story itself, but the story that's being told by the people who we need to hear the information from.
And even like with the dad, as I told you, after during the press conference, because it was aired live on all channels, and I get a phone call because I grew up with him. So
Jarvis'
they reached
daughter.
out to me.
Okay, that was Jarvis'
Yeah.
daughter they was talking about. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tamara.
Okay. Yep. The father reached out to me. I grew up with him. I have not seen him in years. We were kids, but it's my job as a community person in our community to help. So, naturally it made me feel like, oh wow, dang, this is somebody that I actually know. I'm gonna put my all in and try to help you all. I didn't know the situation of how the baby came about, or he cheated or any. I didn't know any of this stuff. I just knew that it was his daughter and that he needed help. And just me of who I am to do so. But all of this arguing and who did what and who
Yeah,
shouldn't have did what or who knew something.
it do seem as if it's a lot of finger pointing. I ain't gonna say seem as if there is a lot of finger pointing going back and forth. I mean, but with me with my discerning, you know what I mean. I feel like I feel like I know what's factual and what's not as far as what people are saying. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I want to, even with the finger pointing, whatever happened, let's just move forward to get her out of the
that's the
situation that she's in
that's
and get her resources to remove her out of the situation that she was in, that she will never be
finding
returned to
her
that.
is what I was gonna say. At the end of the day, with everybody saying what they saying, what I mean, at the end of the day, the solution needs to be the solution, and that's finding her. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot. I've seen somebody in the comments saying, "Well, why are we not out right now?" Well, we actually are looking for it. We're having a community meeting about it, right? Even though we're all in at the home right now, we're
In
still
the huddle.
dedicating time, okay, investing our time and energy and resources and emotions into this situation, right?
But let's
And
not get it twisted.
Just like Tamara said, right? Once we can pinpoint an actual area in which we should be searching, right? Because the whole city is not up in awareness about this. Everybody is not looking in every neighborhood, although they should be. Once we can pinpoint an area where we should be looking at, then we'll go there. I'm quite sure it'll be because you had something, I believe.
Okay. First off, what I meant or what you guys wanted me meant to say or whatever, but this is what I said. Whatever Jarvis did or allegedly did, I don't know. I really don't know. And yes, I did have 5 kids
But
with
wait, wait,
him.
wait! Stop right there. Hold on, Shannon. Stop right there. Because you said whatever Jarvis did, you really didn't know. But when I asked you earlier if you knew Jarvis was a registered sex offender, you said when you was 19, he explained to you his
Yes,
background.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
did you
yes.
not know,
I'm
or did
talking
you know that
about
he was?
no. I'm talking about with my niece. I don't know, but yes, Jarvis told me about his background when I was 19.
Okay, so
Yes,
stop. Okay, so let me
he
ask you this: with Jarvis explaining to you his background and you knowing what he was capable of because he was previously already engaging in that type of activity, would you think that it was far fetched if you heard something in regards to him being inappropriate with a minor in your family? Do you think it would be impossible for that to be true for him to have done what they said that he did, considering that he had already been convicted of doing something like that before?
I'm not putting anything past it. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not putting anything past it. But for the ones that saying that I have anything to do with it, I don't. I don't. Or accusing me of saying me and him have something to do with her going missing. No, I
Well,
don't.
well, 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 let me ask you this. Let me ask you this right quick. Considering, like, I don't know what his status is as far as whether he's, locked up right now, whether he's free, whether he's there with you, whether he's wherever he's at, right? Considering
He's
all,
been
huh?
he's been incarcerated since the 7th.
Okay. So, considering the allegations at hand surrounding his name, and that it's been, you know, other allegations alleged of him other than this, how do you feel about moving forward with him from this day forward? I mean, I know it's kind of a heavy question considering that you got 5 kids with him. You know what I mean? But is this a situation where, he gets out, whenever he gets out, if he gets out, and you are per se by his side the way that you are right now? Are you even in any kind of a way questioning um, him as a person, his credibility as a person, his credibility as a man at this point?
I am questioning about the fact that if he alleged did anything with my niece, but for him to come out, it's a pick and choose. I mean, it's a pick and choose side. I'm siding with my kids. I have 5 kids. Yes, I have 5 kids with Jarvis. Yes, I do. But I'm here for my kids. I have to protect my kids. Yes, yes, Nazaria wasn't protected. I don't know if he did or not, but I'm not putting anything past it. I'm not. I'm not. And for the ones that keep saying I'm not sincere, I cry every night and hope and pray my niece do come home. We've been looking and calling around since the night that she didn't come home. My mom reported it. She went straight to the school that morning and she reported it to the school. And the school police did come to our house. Yes, they came to the house, questioned everything, questioned us, asked if she had any cell phones. She said she didn't have any cell phones because if she did anything that was dumb, my mom will take it and then she will get it back. But she don't have any cell phones at all. She has a tablet,
Somebody,
but
somebody just asked me to ask you who lives on Wilshire.
I don't know who stayed on Wilshire. I don't know who stayed on Wilshire.
Okay. I guess they said that that's one of Jarvis's addresses that they know of.
Well, if it is, that's his address. I don't know who stay on Wilshire at all.
But where does he stay as far as where you know? Where did he stay with you?
No, he does not stay with me.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just I mean, I'm just perplexed about that. I got so many questions in my mind. I don't know which way to go with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't, I have questions, but I don't want nobody to feel no kind of way as far as like me trying to do this in front of an audience type shit. But there's a lot of questions in my head as far as a lot of stuff, man. Like, but at the end of the day, the general uh, point is this girl need to get home, man. This girl need to get home. This girl need to get home because, you know, somebody got to know something, man. There's too many people pointing the fingers. Too many people that's around this girl that know her regular routine. That knows something, man. And there's too many backtracks and too many, So do so when Tamara Liberty Smith called, you don't recall, saying that she actually left the house before. You don't remember telling anybody that?
Okay, you talk about the lady. I remember the lady. The lady walked me and my mom to her car. Yes, I do remember. I do remember the lady, but I don't know her by name, by Tamara.
No, what I'm asking you is, do you remember telling her that at some point of time that she acted that Nazaya left the house? Because when I asked you originally, you said that no, she never left the house before. But Tamara commented and said that when she interviewed y'all, you said that she did. She said, I'm not gonna. You said I'm not gonna lie to you. She had left the house before. So when she called in and
She
said that, huh?
she will walk up. She will walk up and down the street. Like she will walk up and down the street. She can only go so far. She will walk up down the street, walk up back and forth down the street. She never left the house periodically of time. She would walk up and down the street, and if my mom called her and to see where she's at, and we can't find her or whatever because she's walking up and down the street, and she will come back and say I was walking up and down the street, but it's not a long period of time at all. So, because leaving the house is leaving the house is you going somewhere. Once again, just like I'm saying it. My mom runs a tight shift. Yes. The kids be more in the house because they got the video games and TV. They be outside when they want to go outside. And yes, you will see them, but you will hardly see them because they in the house. They not stuck in the house. They can go outside. They can go places.
So wait, so is the dude that's there with you? Does he? What's his name? Dave? What was it? That was just on the line before you.
Devin,
Devin. So
Dave.
that
Hello, Will.
he stayed there with you? No,
no,
no.
no.
Oh, who, me? Do I stay there? No, I
Yeah,
don't
I
stay
was just
there.
wondering. What I mean, because if she said that she sees
No,
them
my
leaving.
my best friend stays next door, so most of the time I be next door.
Well, okay. So she sees them leaving the house, walking up and down the street from time to time, and sometimes the mama have to call her and come back. But you said you don't see them doing nothing but taking the
Yeah,
trash
but
out and playing in the backyard.
yeah, baby, I ain't never seen her walk up and down the street. Me, me personally, me. She would maybe come next door, see her brother. That's like really it.
All right. Well, yeah, man. Like I said, man. I just don't know what's more to say about this situation. I just hope that I just hope that she found because I don't think we personally gonna get shit out of nobody's story out of this situation. As far as I'm concerned, it ain't gonna be nothing to come out of that. We gotta just try to figure out where she at. However, we figure it out.
And that's the main goal is trying to find my niece because I want to know, and I wanted to speak on this. How can Merv speak on anything to where he did not want to be involved inside his Zaya's life at all?
Well,
He
that's
brung only, hold on, he only came over by the house only twice, brung 2 bites, and a couple of weeks later, my niece called him, and he answered the phone. She said, "Hey, Dad." He said, "Who is this?" He said, "Your daughter Nazaya." He said, "I don't have a
But
daughter
but
named Nazaya."
all of the things that you're saying right now, you know what I mean, it's almost kind of reflection of what you said
Right.
earlier. It's almost like now that's very irrelevant to the story. I mean, because he was nowhere near the proximity of Nevaeh when she came up missing, right? So I
You're
mean,
right.
his whole
But
point, my whole
yes,
point of was opening the platform to him is because he never had a voice to be heard from his perspective. You know what I mean? And he said what he had to say, right? But the central focus is on the people who are immediately around her at the time that she went, at the time that she disappeared. Now, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Did they not say that you were the last person to see her
no, the school was the last person to see her because
before
I sent her off
to the school?
before school. Yes,
So you were the last
yes,
person in the nucleus of the family to see her, correct? I didn't say the
correct,
last time she was seen. You were the last person that everybody in the family knows that seen her.
correct.
Right. So yeah, that's so bringing up her dad trying to be relevant or whatnot. I mean, he is relevant because he's her dad. You know what I mean? So he is not irrelevant, but at the same time, this was, like I said, his opportunity to speak and to be heard from people who wanted to hear his perspective and where he'd been. Right? He's
Understandable,
so
understandable.
I mean, I guess once again, I mean, if there's anything else you want to say, before we open the phone lines back up.
I just hope and pray my niece come home. I hope and pray nothing had happened to her. I want her home. And before she went to school, she was all jolly. She was happy. She texted my phone while she was in school,
She had Joe phone while
saying
she
which
was in school.
no, she didn't have my phone.
Oh, what did you just
She
say?
I said she texted me. It was from she texted me from a computer because they have computers in school. She texted me saying, "Hey TT, what you doing?" I said, "Minding." She said, "What's Nana doing?" And I said, "Nana minding." I said, "Do some work." She said, "We on break." And I said, "Okay." And that was the last time I heard from my niece.
So she had been missing how long in between the period of time Jarvis got picked up? What was it? Probably at least 3 weeks, right?
Almost a should like a it's like a month because she went missing on the ninth, and he got picked up on the 7th of February.
Okay, yeah, almost a month. So did y'all have any conversations as far as anything in regards to her in between the time she went missing, or that y'all knew or reported that she was missing and he left?
No, we reported her missing. My mom reported her missing. She went up there to the school on the 10th, but
I'm saying,
that night.
did you and Jarvis have any kind of conversation about her in between? I ain't say like her mom and who reported. I'm saying that in between the time
Oh
he did y'all talk anything about it?
no, no, not at all. No. Now, if he had something to do with it, he wouldn't tell me.
But I'm saying you knew she was missing. Did he know she was missing?
When I called everybody inside my phone besides a couple of family members, but they seen it on Facebook. Yes, I did. I did contact him. I texted him and said, "Have you seen Tuda? Tuda didn't come home." Text my sister. I called my twin sister. "Hey, do you know if Nazaya called you or anything?" No. We called everybody.
So when you told him that, what was his response?
His response said no. He said he haven't seen her. And that's it.
All right. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna open up the phone lines, man, because this is you know this is a long story and shit. Hopefully we can end it. You know what I'm saying? To get this closed and bring her home.
That's all I'm hoping for, is to bring my niece home.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, for sure.
Whenever you're ready, Mrs. Ripley.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. Could you please state your name for the record?
Shannon Harris,
And Ms. Harris, how old are you?
31.
And back on January, or in January 2024, where did you live?
But my mom resides with my mother,
With your mother? Okay, who's your mom?
Annette Harris,
And without telling me the exact address, what street did you live on?
Bedford.
And do you have any children?
Yes,
How many kids do you have?
5.
And do all your kids have the same dad?
Yes,
Who's their dad?
Jarvis Butts.
And do you see Jarvis Butts in the courtroom today?
Yes,
And can you point to him and tell me the color of the clothing that he's wearing?
green, blue, whatever. Green.
Green. Your Honor, would the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant in this case?
So reflected.
Thank you, Judge. And you said your mom's name is Annette. Do you have any sisters?
Yes, 2.
What are their names?
Kenyatta Harris and Marquita Harris.
Are they older, younger, something else?
Oh, there. Marquita is a twin. She's my twin, same age.
Okay. And Kenyatta's older?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have any nieces or nephews?
yes,
Do you know someone named Neziah Harris?
yes.
What's your relationship to her?
My relationship to her, she is my niece. I'm her aunt.
Okay. And whose daughter is she?
My older sister is Kenyatta Harris.
And did you have any nicknames for Neziah?
Yes, we all called her Tudda.
And is that Tudda?
Yes,
And did Neziah ever know Jarvis through you?
yes.
Okay. And when did Neziah and Jarvis first meet?
Well, she was little, like age 2.
And can you kind of describe the relationship between Neziah and Jarvis?
Should be just the uncle and the niece relationship, no more than that.
How often would Jarvis be around, like at your house with you?
He will call or say, can he come see the kids, or the kids will ask, can he see their dad? And he will come, pull up either to my house where I used to live or at my mother's house.
Would Neziah ever be around?
All the kids would be around.
To your knowledge, would Neziah ever text Jarvis?
From my knowledge, no, unless I will have her to text.
But to your knowledge, you didn't know of any kind of separate outside relationship?
No.
Would there ever be times where, where did you know Jarvis Butts to work?
Pardon?
Where did you know Jarvis Butts to work?
Where did I know him to work at?
Yes.
He worked at 2 different locations. The first location would be on East Warren, and the other location would be on Gratiot and Connor.
And what were those locations?
Those are the auto repair shop.
Okay. Would you ever know Neziah to help Jarvis Butts at his shop?
Yes, he will call me and say, hey, if I can get our daughter and Naziah come and work up at the shop. And I would say, let me ask my mom first regarding Naziah.
And which daughter of yours would that be?
That would be my oldest, Janiyah.
Okay. Would you ever know Naziah to go to Jarvis's shop alone?
No.
ESPN.
Whose birthday is on or around September 26th?
That's my fourth oldest birthday.
Okay. Do you recall a birthday party on September 26th of 2022?
Yes.
Okay. And was Jarvis there?
No.
Okay. And that would have been his son's birthday party?
Yes.
Were there ever times that you would text Jarvis off of a text now number?
The only time I would text Jarvis off a text now number is if my phone is off. Other than that, no.
And do you recall the numbers that you would text Jarvis from?
Yes.
Okay. And does a 586-510-5161 sound familiar?
Yes.
And what number is that?
That used to be my old number.
And is that number that you would text Jarvis from?
Yes.
Okay. And what about a 586-842-4504?
That was the number before this number.
Before the 510 number?
Correct.
Okay. And is that a number you would also text Jarvis from?
Correct.
And what number did you have for Jarvis Box?
The 313-585-8719.
And did you have any numbers for Naziah?
It was a funny looking area code. The area code was a 231.
Okay. I want to show you some messages from People's Exhibit 16 and ask you some questions about them, okay?
Okay.
Brandon, may I approach?
Yes.
I'm going to direct you to messages on or about June 27th of 2023. Do you recall those messages? Did you send any of those messages to Jarvis Butts?
No.
Okay. And do you know, I believe there's a phone number here that's highlighted. Whose phone number do you know that to be?
Jarvis Butts.
Okay, and you don't recall ever sending any of those messages?
No.
Okay. And now I want to direct you to messages from June 28th of 2023. How about any of these? Did you send any of these to Jarvis Butts?
No.
What about any messages from July 2nd of 2023? Did you send any of those messages?
No.
What about messages from August 26th to 2023? Did you send any of those to Jarvis Butts?
I'm sorry, was the 26?
August 26th.
No, these aren't my messages.
Did Jarvis Butts ever tell you that Neziah texted him to meet up on January 9th, 2024?
No.
Did you tell Jarvis Butts about not being able to locate Neziah on January 9th, 2024?
Yes.
And tell me, how did you tell him that?
I called him. He didn't answer. I sent him a message asking him, have he seen Tuda, any whereabouts? And I said no Tuda, and he responded back, oh wow.
I didn't hear what you said. The last part.
Last part I had, I texted him. Well, at first I called him. He didn't answer. The second time I sent him a message, still no Tuda. He replied back, oh wow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
And just for record references, I'm showing her what's going to be proposed, People's Exhibit 48. Ms. Harris, those text messages that you just referenced, do you see those on this page?
Yes.
Okay. And so it's fair to say you stated to Mr. Butts, well, first of all, whose phone number is this at the top?
The phone number is my old telephone number.
Okay, and who is the phone number below that?
Jarvis Butts.
Okay. And is this, I guess, do these fairly and accurately represent these two messages? 3, 4, 5, 6 messages sent between you and Mr. Butts on January 9th, 2024 through January 11th, 2024.
The first page is, yes, it's correct. Second page is correct. Yes.
Okay. And so on January 9th, like you had indicated before, you had stated that you told him that there was still no Tutta.
Correct.
Okay. And you said he responded, oh, wow.
Correct.
Okay. And on January 11th, was Neziah still missing?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ask Mr. Butts to do something?
At this point, I just asked that if she's going to read from the text message, just omit the exhibit.
I
An
can't.
issue with moving to admit?
No, Judge.
Okay.
These fairly and accurately represent text messages between you and your phone to Jarvis and his phone between, well, they start back earlier. Some from December 3rd, 2023 through January 21st of 2024. These fairly and accurately represent text messages between
Yes.
you and your phone to Mr. Butts and his phone?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I move for the admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 48. Objection.
Okay, they'll be admitted.
Thank you, Judge. So on January 11th, did you ask Mr. Butts to do something?
Yes.
And what is it that you asked him to do?
I asked him, can he share the missing flyer on his Facebook page?
Okay. And did you send him a copy of that missing flyer?
Yes.
Okay. And to backtrack just a little bit. On December 3rd, 2023, do you recall sending messages asking Mr. Butts if he needed Neziah for anything?
Yes, I do remember.
Okay. So do you remember this text on the first page of People's Exhibit 48?
Yes, I do remember this message.
Okay. And did you send that message?
Yes.
Okay. And what did the message say?
Tada said, do you still need her too?
Okay. And do you know what is that referring to?
It was, Tada had asked me to contact Jarvis and see if he still needed them to clean up.
Okay. And that would be to clean up his shop?
Yes.
Okay. And to fast forward, on January 21st, 2024, you sent some messages to Mr. Butts. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And can you read these last 3 messages?
These last 3 messages is, to be honest, these messages I seen into the inbox to you, I really don't know what to believe anymore. Stay away, Ramon, I mean it. The next message is I don't know what to say, or Twitter is on. Since this shit doesn't sit right with me, call it what you want, I'm good, period. It says, this for life. Nigga, I thought about it, and you can pass it. And don't call me, no need to explain shit. I already see it.
Okay. So you were referencing some messages that you saw in Tada's inbox.
Correct.
Tell me, how did you see some messages? Well, first of all, where these messages, where were they at?
The day of, Officer Gardner came to pick up Neziah's tablet. My mom asked me to put it on the charger. I put it on the charger. Officer Gardner, after that, Officer Gardner called and said she's on her way.
Hearsay. Without saying what.
Okay, I'm sorry. The officer had called and said that they was on their way to come
Still
pick up
hearsay?
the tablet.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Sustain as far as hearsay.
yes, thank you, Judge. Okay, continue.
So the tablet, before the tablet was picked up, I looked inside Tilla's tablet. She has 2 passwords that I normally know. So one of them is referenced for her brother's birthday, and the other one is referenced from my password. So I put the first password in, it didn't work. So I put the second password in. So the first thing I went to was Instagram, which I was scrolling. And I seen Jarvis Butts' Instagram page. I clicked on his page, and I seen 2 messages.
Okay, and what were the messages that you saw? Who were they between, first of all?
Neziah, my niece, and Jarvis.
Okay, and what were the messages that you seen?
It was roughly 2 messages that I have seen that I can recall. States.
I'm going to object to this as hearsay. They have not been admitted, and the messages themselves would be the evidence.
Were they of any? Were the messages of a sexual nature?
No.
Okay, and you said you saw 2 messages.
Yes.
Okay, did you see anything else?
It was 2 sent pictures, but you can't really make anything out. It wasn't nothing there, but it was a picture was sent.
Okay. What did seeing those messages, what did they cause you to do?
Well, when I seen no messages, I called him.
Who's
and Jarvis Butts.
Okay.
Called him while he was at work, asked him, what is these messages I seen between you and my niece? And he said, what messages? Said it's 2 particular messages that states out and it's a picture. And he stated that, I don't know, these messages, I told him what the messages were, and he said it was probably our children was messaging him. And I stated no, because I know how our children will text.
Okay. And reading those messages, is that what caused you to text
Mr. Butts, yes.
Mr. Butts, in that you've seen the messages in the inbox and you don't really know what to believe anymore?
Correct.
Okay. One second, Rich. So, Shannon, I want to take you back to January 9th. Were you home that day?
Yes.
Okay. And did you see Naziah that day?
My senior did that morning, correct.
Okay. And do you remember what she was wearing at all?
Her coat and her uniform at the time, she had on some blue jeans. I don't really recall the outfit. I just know the coat she had on.
And what was the coat that she had on?
She had on, it was a 90s coat with all the